Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel. What's going on with my voice? This is going to be a soul tribe reading. I got this deck from a soul tribe member and a friend, Carrie, and I just wanted to come read a few cards for you guys. I just wanted to spend a little time with you today. I spent all day cleaning my house and trying to organize things, organize my room a bit. But I just felt called to come on and read a few cards with you, and I hope you're doing well. The birds are singing for you. How nice. We have good luck. Wishes granted. Ooh, beautiful. So I don't think this is going to be a very long message. I just wanted to connect with you today and see what we need to hear. Oh, I need to clear my throat. Perhaps there is something that needs to be said, because when I first started this, my throat closed right over. We have weather the storms, let it change you, embrace the unexpected. So let's see what's happening here. I colored last night. It was so much fun. I stayed up late coloring like a little kid. We have hidden treasure, you're on the right track, gift revealed. That is so interesting, because that is the card that I pulled for myself when I got this deck. So I think that's really neat that it ended up on the bottom. So I am going to read it to you. Let's see. Hidden treasure, you're on the right track. Maybe you're discovering your gifts. We also have soul agreement. Interesting. So, within the heart of the humble rock, a profound transformation unfolds in silence, birthing the radiant beauty of a crystal. The hidden treasure card invites us to open our eyes to life's hidden miracles, to look for the blessings that are already here, and to the ones that are beckoning you forth. So often we give up just before we reach where we're going, losing hope at the very moment we're almost there. In our fast-paced, instantaneous world, where we can order whatever our heart's desires with the touch of a button, we've lost the patience and dedication that's sometimes needed to have faith that the treasure we're working toward will arrive. The hidden treasure card is all about the gifts emerging. These could be gifts that you possess at a soul level, or it could be that gifts are coming your way from helpful people, or it could be unexpected gifts that are on their way to you because they're simply part of your path. If you've been working towards something for a long time, this card says to keep going. Have faith, the treasure is coming. If you have a new passion and are questioning whether you should commit to it, this card is encouraging you to give it all you've got. Regardless, maybe it's public speaking of some kind. Regardless of what type of gift is coming to you, this is a very positive card, a good omen, a sign to keep going and welcome all the good that's coming your way. And what's really interesting is this reminds me of the Nine of Wands. And so many people do almost hit like enlightenment, and they have those tests and it stops them. I am one of those people. I'm imagining like a staircase in the Hierophant card in the Light Seers Tarot. It's a long staircase, and just like Buddha said, just like I always tell you guys, and you guys told me when I was having a time, that the tests are always more intense when you're closer to enlightenment, closer to your manifestation. So beautiful card. I like that it came out. Anyway, let's see what else you need to hear. Oh, I want to do the affirmations with you. All right. I'm open and ready to receive gifts in unexpected and expected ways. I'm open and ready to allow the soul gifts that are wanting to emerge in me to do so with ease and joy. All right, so let's see what you need to hear. We have Be the Mountain and Ancestral Messages. So we'll read this one first. Connection, belonging, asking for help. I laugh because it's like, I don't know how many of you have been in the situation where you're like, please, if anybody's out there, send me a sign. I need some help. I don't know which way to go, you know? I can remember many a time being on my bathroom floor saying, if anybody's out there, help me. Anyway, I think it's interesting that, I don't know why I think that's interesting, I just do. Ancestral messages. From the pictures etched on cave walls by our prehistoric ancestors to the engravings found amid the ruins of ancient temples, stones hold a direct line to humanity's past. We can reach out and touch the messages left by the ancients, our hands tracing the inscriptions that their very hands created. Have you ever run your finger over a carving in a cave? Have you pressed your forehead to an ancient stone, knowing that it's witnessed the rise and fall of civilizations? Have you passed buildings that stood when your grandparents were children? In Madagascar, in Africa, stones belong to the ancestors and are used to construct tombs and monuments. In New Caledonia in the South Pacific, it's believed each stone has a name, a history, and a life resulting from the spirit enclosed within it. In the USA, Hawaiians believe that stones are inhabited by mana, I don't want to mispronounce it, the life force of ancient ancestors, and consequently must be protected and treated with great respect. And in Anangu, I have no idea how to pronounce that, a First Nations people of Australia who are the traditional custodians of Uluru, teach that this iconic sandstone monolith holds the spirits of their ancestors. The ancestral message card is one of deep belonging and connection. It's an invitation to connect with positive ancestors from your ancestry, known and unknown, to reach back in order to walk forward, to remember that you're the dream of those who stood before you, and one day in the future, you'll be an ancestor of those yet to come. And your affirmation or your activation is, I welcome the connection and guidance of positive ancestors from my ancestral lineage. Walk beside me and guide me on my way. It's interesting because I saw a thing last night. Someone was explaining about how our animals are our spirit guides. And specifically cats, you can actually call upon them to assist you with your spiritual gifts because they are your spirit guide. And apparently if you meditate with your cat, it can help bring you more clarity during your meditation. Anyway, and we have Be the Mountain. I don't know why, I just heard, be the mountain, be the mountain. I am here to cheer you on. Mountains, sorry, I'll read it. Slow and steady, foundations, patience. Mountains symbolize inner strength and solidity. We've long been captivated by mountains, perhaps because of their sheer size and scale. Many mountain ranges are visible from space, or because they represent wide, strong foundations while also reaching ever skyward. Those who reach the summits of mountains find their way above the clouds and can see farther than ever before, gaining new perspectives the higher they go. The thing about mountains is that without those strong, wide, solid foundations, the heights wouldn't be reached. The Be the Mountain card is a reminder to go slow and steady with your goals so that you can soar higher than ever before, to ensure that you have strong, steady foundations so you can reach to the heavens. It's a reminder that no matter how harsh the wind blows, nothing can knock you off center because you draw your strength from within. The shape of the mountain resembles a triangle. The equilateral triangle is the strongest shape there is. No matter how much pressure you put on each side, it cannot be broken, for it draws its strength from within. The speed of the soul and our will can cause us to push ourselves for longer than is sustainable. Why do I feel so called out? I'm telling you, whenever you feel called out, it's like, oh yeah, that's me. The ancient stones have been here since the beginning, and they're always urging us to slow down to the speed of Earth. The essence of the message here is to slow down so that you can speed up. And your affirmation, activation, I'm not in a rush. It is safe for me to go slow and steady. I focus on my foundations and draw my strength from deep within. And it's so true. Everybody just wants things to happen now because that's how we've been raised. You know, that's how we live. We can have a thought and in an instant find it online, buy it, have it shipped to our door. I know for me, like I struggle with if I'm buying something, there are times where I can't even wait for like 2 days shipping. I'll be like, nope, I'm just going to go into the store and get it because I can't wait. And we've become, I mean, that's kind of become the norm. And the comparison that I always use is like, if anybody's ever watched the show Survivor, old Survivor, they used to show a lot about them building their structure. What's it called? Oh my God. What's it called? Why can't I think of the name? Anyway, shelter. Oh my gosh. Anyway, the people who build the very quick, like, oh, let's build something before dark. It's good enough. And then that's what they use the whole time. Like the flimsy lean-to never lasts. It's about building a foundation slowly. Anyway, I think that even like in my comment section, I see people like, but when will it happen? I need it now. Or like, they've waited too long. I'm moving on. Like, it's just not that I am not hating on anybody who has that, who needed to move on. You needed to move on. That's not my point. But anyway, some people, myself included, can be very impatient. Anyway, be the mountain. Be the mountain. I'm going to get another one. We have hidden treasures. So that really wanted to come out, didn't it? Like I said, I'm not going to get very many today. I just wanted to spend some time with you guys and look at this. I have way more fun looking at it with you than, you know. I mean, I like looking at cards by myself, but I don't know. It's more enjoyable with a friend, you know? So hidden treasures, you are on the right track. We have live the question, curiosity, open your mind, live into it. I know I keep saying it, but I keep seeing it, that there's a shift happening right now where a lot of people, there's like some kind of shift with light workers and healers. Anyway, it's very interesting. I don't know enough about it to really explain it. But when I do, you'll be the first to know. It's on page 100 and 101, so 111 could be symbolic. Live the question is a phrase that appears in one of my favorite books, Letters to a Young Poet by Rainer Maria Rilke, or whatever. In it, the author invites the young poet not to seek the answer to life's big questions, but instead to live the questions and allow the answers to emerge over time. To live the question is to fully engage with the uncertainties of life rather than simply seeking quick or easy answers. It invites us to be open to experience, to explore and reflect, and acknowledge that the journey itself can be just as valuable as any destination. In essence, it encourages a state of curiosity, wonder, humility, as we navigate the complexities of being human. When we live in the question, we stop waiting for the answer and instead choose to live into it. We take baby steps and let life reveal itself to us through the living. We enter a co-creative dance with life. We merge with the sacred rather than separating ourselves from it. We enter a world of wonder and awe instead of expecting certainty every moment of every day. The ancient stones have been here for much longer than we have, and they hold answers beyond that which we can possibly comprehend. They're whispering for us to zoom out of our short-lived experience and instead live into the questions we have in our comparably brief lifespans. For if we do this, we will find that we both live into an answer and live courageously. And your soul inquiry, what question are you living into right now? I mean, for me, it's kind of, is all of it real? I'm living into that question. I've realized that nobody's going to come down and give me a green light and say, oh yes, everything you believe in is true. You know, I told you guys, I still struggle with the last of those limiting beliefs and that ego monster in my brain telling me, are you sure you're not just crazy? Anyway, I know I'm not crazy, and I know I've said this before, but I don't understand why more people aren't doing it. Like, I used to drink alcohol for this kind of, like, this is what I wanted to feel. I wanted to feel comfortable and like I could speak, and I wanted to feel happy and energized, and I just, okay, doggies, I'm really grateful for my journey. And, you know, I've been on my journey for years and I am grateful for it. I can remember like 2 years ago thinking, oh my gosh, like this journey sounds so complicated and I'll never get there and it'll be years before I accomplish anything. And that was the wrong mindset. Anyway, so I think that's what I'm living into the question. Anyway, my dog Pepper is really riled up. So the Guardian Stone, Awakening, Progress, Initiation. And I don't know what this card is about, but this is what I mean. It feels like there's some kind of initiation happening right now. That's what it feels like. A bunch of people are being tested. It's kind of like, I feel we're all in the cocoon, kind of, you know, breaking down. And I'm sending you, you know, love and peace, love and light. Anyway. It's on page 88. And I got a chart about numbers. 8s can be about manifestation, entrepreneur, authoritative, successful, goal-oriented, powerful. Weaknesses, materialistic, egotistical, workaholic. I don't know why I said workaholic like that. I used to be one. All right. They're the ones who came before us, who hold wisdom for us until we're ready to embody it, to remember it, to integrate it. The Guardian Stone transmits this truth. This card is a sign that you're progressing along your journey. Pepper, please stop. There must be some dog walking by or something, or the wind is blowing. The Guardian Stone transmits this truth. This card is a sign that you're progressing along your journey and that you have or are being activated at a cellular level. An initiation is or soon will be happening. You're changing and transforming at a deep level. The awakening process is never straightforward or simple. It's not something that can be easily spoken about or even understood in a linear way. Frickin' right. However, those who have had their own initiatory, oh my gosh, journey can recognize and hold space for others who have too. The Guardian Stone invites you to unleash the wisdom and transformation within you. Let it hold you steady as you transform right down deep into your cells. Let the knowing presence of the Guardian Stone steady you, ground you, and hold you as you say yes to the great journey your soul chose. This card appears when you're on a great soul transformation, when your awakening journey is going both high and deep. One thing is for sure, you're changing, transforming, remembering, and becoming all that your soul dreamed of. The awakening process is never straightforward and easy, but from a perspective of the soul, it's the greatest triumph and satisfaction there is. Progress is happening. Initiation is in progress. You are doing it, and you're closer than you think. Yes! Yay! Be the mountain. Be the mountain. Your activation. I say yes to the deepest and highest journey of my soul. I do. I do say yes. I feel like I'm on Say Yes to the Dress. Yes, I say yes to this soul journey. Is this the one? Yes, it's the one. I say yes to the transformation and call upon the ancient ones who never forget to walk beside me every step of the way. Heck yeah. So, I did get I was telling you guys that I have these two decks by Gabrielle Bernstein or whatever their name is. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. Anyway, there's another deck that I got yesterday, and I believe it's called Super Attractor. So it's, affirmations that are supposed to help you attract more in. So I thought it would be fun to use with my favorite people. This one is not going on the wall. We'll do one more. We have directing my focus on what's thriving creates more of what I want, truth. And I believe that's kind of what we've been talking about, focusing on the good, focusing on what we're grateful for, focusing on what's giving us back energy. I hate to use that analogy or whatever the word term is for watering dead plants, but anyway, I posted a stop watering dead plants thing on my community page, and someone is like, you should water them, you can totally bring them back to life. And somebody was like, this isn't about plants, honey. But seriously, I'm realizing that when we spend energy pouring it into something that's not reciprocating it, something that's not absorbing it in the right way, it depletes us. So yeah, stop Stop watering the dead plants. And I hate to say that. Like, I think that was a thing around COVID. People were like, stop watering the dead plants. And I stopped watering the dead plants, and guess what happened? Crickets. Anyway, I'm not saying that we shouldn't be giving ourselves to friendships and things like that, but it just reminds me of that expression, like, about a dead horse. Whatever that expression is. I don't understand expressions because I'm an alien. Now, whenever I have problems reading, I say, forgive me, I'm just not used to living in this humanly realm. I come from another realm where we don't communicate with words. Anyway, I don't know what my point was, but let's keep going. Don't water your dead plants. Even like my plants, when I awakened, I realized I had bought a lot of plants just to fill that void within me. And then once I spiritually awakened and I was giving energy to myself, I realized there were plants that I was truly like, they didn't mean what they should have meant to me as someone who loved plants. So, you know, I rehomed them. Some of them didn't make it. Oh, I'm sorry, plants. And that's why I only have a few plants now. I think that's symbolic of friends too, you know? Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Let's keep going. I kind of want to get that. I am patient, knowing that whatever is of the highest good is coming to me. Empress energy. My super attractor power comes from how I feel, my faith and love, and the joy I put out. Yes, you know, it's just, it boggles my mind, the energy that people put out there, and then they wonder why the energy they get back is like the way it is. It just boggles my mind how mean people can be. Anyway. When I'm patient, I let the universe do for me what I cannot do for myself. These are such pretty cards. Oh, so pretty. Instead of worrying about the future, I know all is well when I'm aligned and in the moment. I can't tell you, like, I spent my whole life worrying about the future. And now I take such, like, I still have a long way to go in my healing journey. But I do take comfort in knowing that I'm going to be okay whatever happens. Like, the universe is not going to let me down. I don't know why I wanted to read this. I don't have fear. I don't have to fear my fear. I can use it as a way to get closer to love. Be the mountain. Maybe there's some kind of huge obstacle that you think you can't do. Appreciation dissolves all blocks to the presence of my super attractor power. You know what? Do you know what show I used to love? I just had a vision of all of us. Did anybody ever watch, was it Captain Planet? Was it Captain Planet? And they'd be like, air, fire. And then wasn't there the person that was like, heart? That was me. Anyway, let's take over the world. I'm just going to get a few more. Each time I choose to tune in with spirit, guidance of the highest truth shows up for me. The universe powerfully responds the instant I realign with love. Beautiful. And I'll just take the bottom. I heal the habit of fear and I embrace the habit of love. And, you know, to me, this is very symbolic of looking at our shadows, not being afraid to, because like a lot of our lower vibrational energy comes from a place of fear. I'm really working on not living from a place of fear-based thinking constantly. I think the most frustrating part of this journey is like wanting to help others that can't help themselves. And like for some reason, when I see this card, I think about, you know, I think about my mom and dad, and I think about their outlook on life and how negative it is, and nothing will get better, and what's the point? You know, I'm already like just that mentality, like I'm already 60, so what's the point? My life is over. It just makes me so sad. As someone who grew up in that, and now that I'm free of that energy, I wish that you could just like make it make sense for other people, but that's not for us to do. It's up. Some people aren't meant to awaken in this lifetime. And, you know, I'm very aware of the fact that there's this idea that it's one child from like each family, the black sheep. Anyway, I have this inner hope and knowing that the more people heal, the more the world will heal. And I know that people will look at me and say that's naive, but I believe it. And unless we believe it, it'll never happen. We have to believe it and work towards it for it to ever happen. And the more people who say, oh, that's just naive, the world will never change. Yeah, it won't if you don't stand up and change it. Anyway, it's just that mentality like, oh, well, I'm just one person. I can't make a difference. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Anyway, interesting. So let's get a couple of these affirmator cards that I was using yesterday because I love them. And I love you. Okay. We have a whole chunk of them for you. Possibility. Hear ye, I hereby unclench my grip on all the old thought patterns. It's so funny because I was like, I'm still struggling with that. Unclenching my grip on all the old thought patterns that are getting in my way, I surrender any ideas that make me feel like a victim of circumstance or make my ideal relationships, job, whatever, seem like an impossibility. I am now the mayor of Reinvention and issue the following decree. Limiting beliefs, I want to say it in a weird voice. Limiting beliefs about myself and my life are forthwith, officially and indubitably. Oh dear. That, they don't have that word on my planet. Indubitably? Declared. For the birds, henceforth, everything is possible. See, and we need to change our mindset. Everything is possible. You know, Pollyanna was onto something. She was, I swear. Pollyanna's my spirit guide. Honesty. I stand tall and ground myself in complete and total honesty. It might seem scary to tell the truth all of the time with everyone about everything. But when I practice radical honesty, I can stop hiding and start relaxing. The best part is, honesty from me inspires honesty from others. What results is a rootin' tootin' trust parade, and everyone's invited, except the bagpipe players. They'll probably show up anyway. Is that supposed to mean something? I like bagpipe players. Anyway. I like the bagpipes. Listening. I foster a heightened level of engaged listening in all my conversations, whether in person or over the phone. Not me, not this person. They didn't have phones where I came from. When I start to zone out or feel the urge to interrupt, I remind myself that it's better to tune in and listen, really listen, to what the other person is saying, because without good, attentive listening, I won't be able to shoot. What did they just ask me? I love that. I love it. I am so bad for that. Like my partner will tell me something and then like 10 minutes later I'll be like, did you do that thing I asked you to do? And he's like, well, I did. I told you that I did it. I'm like, oh. I'm like, did I look like I heard you? He said, yeah, you looked at me and responded. I'm like, oh, I don't remember that. Limits. It's fun to be a yes person, but not when yeses are maybe. Not when the yeses are maybe responsible for my sudden having no time, patience, clean underwear. So I hereby declare that yes, I am sometimes allowed to say no. I know what I can handle, and nothing is going to fall apart if I nobly admit I'm not able to add another dang thing to my looming pile of now stuff. And yes, I would like a nap. Thank you for asking. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm so like I'm like the way I talk to my kids is so I love it, but like I talk to them about boundaries and things like that. And today, I was cleaning and one of my older kids had just helped one of my younger kids make something for lunch, and then another one of my younger kids wanted the same thing. And I said, why don't you go ask Ellie if they'll help you? And, my kid, Ellie, is very intuitive, an empath. Them and I can, read each other's energy. Anyway, they came up and they started to help. And I said, what's bothering you? Because it was clear they were having a reaction. And they said, I'm just feeling overwhelmed right now. I've been doing this and they asked me to do that. And sometimes, I run out of energy for these things. And I said, instead of saying like what my parents would have said, and that's nonsense, make your brother lunch. I said, thank you for telling me. I said, it's okay to say no, because Ellie, empath, is also a people pleaser, who them and I are both learning how to say no. And for a while, like we've been really working on it. When someone would ask me to do something and I said, I don't know. I noticed my kid Ellie was doing it as well. So like their sibling would say, do you want to watch another episode of this? And they'd say, well, I don't know. And I started to learn in myself and also in my kid that that's a no. We just don't know how to say it. It's like we're afraid we're going to get punished if we say no. Anyway, random rant. I thought this was going to be a short little anyway, ranting, random facts. Not ranting in a bad way, ranting about random things. Anyway, I'm going to go now. I'm sending you guys lots of love and light. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I will be around. Don't you worry. And I'm sending you lots of love and light. Bye.